recall ever graduating at all. Sometimes I feel I'm just a disappointment to y'all. Every day I just lounge around and I can't be found and there's something like it won't. Life like a bum. Times are tough. My auntie got enough problems of her own. Nigga, you supposed to be grown. I agree. Oh fuck! Now I can't remember the rest of the rap. God damn it. Anyway, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the It's Friday. Yeah, Friday edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. It's Kimmy B, up in the place to be on the MIC, rocking it so viciously. I'm glad that y'all are here joining us. Our apologies for the delayed beginnings over here on YouTube. Shout out to the homies over there on Twitch and on motherfucking Twitter. They was over there holding us down, all five of them. What's up, y'all? What's up? Shout out to the live five out there repping it for us over on Twitch and Twitter for the BIDWKB crew. Fire fam! Let me hear y'all make some noise. We got a good show in store for y'all today, you guys. Today is an update show. I've got a couple stories to update you on. And let me tell you, the second one, oh. I'm chomping at the bit to get into this second story. You guys, do me a favor. Like and follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, give us likes. I want to see over 100 likes on the video. If we could get 100 likes over on this live, that indeed would be live. So come on in, join us. So a couple of things. So my stories tonight. My second story, you guys, the black bourgeoisie is out here forming like Voltron in support and in defense of one of their own. We have covered the plight, the saga, if you will, of former Baltimore State Attorney Marilyn Mosby. And you guys are well aware, my audience is well aware, that Marilyn Mosby has been convicted of 3 federal counts on admittedly, some pity pat shit. However, her job was to send niggas to jail for pity pat shit. So it's kind of ironic that Miss Mosby herself is going down for some pity pat shit. And the Bushies are just beside themselves. They just cannot believe that this example of black excellence is going to be forced to endure jail for paperwork. And I got opinions, kids. I have a lot to say about this. The Mosby supporters are actually trying to petition President Joe Biden for a pardon. Oh, these black bougies going to be begging these white liberal elites for everything. Why don't y'all just pull yourself up by your bootstraps? What's going on? Anyway, so I got that coming up. That's my second story. My first story, I am going to recap us on the announcement this week from the Department of Justice that they have reached a over $100 million settlement with the survivors of prolific child molester Larry Nassar. But I am dismayed at the framing of the story in the mainstream. Because when you see the story, all they talk about is Larry Nassar. But the real villain in this particular story, this update story, is the fucking feds themselves. This is a cops ain't shit story that I got coming up for y'all. And it pertains to the rampant nature of sexual violence and how women and girls, and basically survivors, period, of sexual abuse are widely disbelieved. And this whole notion that you just need to call the cops. If you call the cops will come fix shit. No, the fuck they won't. Okay? And I don't know how many times these cops got to keep telling us that they ain't shit until we figure the shit out. But we're going to get it together, everybody. So come on in here. Do me a favor. I hope everyone is able to see and hear us loud and clear. Big up. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, shorts and shit. What's going on? I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you having a good Friday. Can I tell y'all real quick about last Saturday, 420, for the National Cannabis Festival? Wu-Tang Clan, ain't nothing to fuck with, was out there headlining the joint. And I know y'all like, Kim, where's the video? I ain't got no goddamn video. Because you know why I ain't got no video, kids? Because I was too caught up in the moment. I was enjoying seeing Wu-Tang Killer Bees on a swarm. And then here come my man, my husband, the father of 2 of my 3 unborn children. Reginald Noble, Redman, was that. Oh, thank you guys. Shit, someone just ran us some money. I didn't even put it out. Thank y'all. That's what's up. So yeah, that shit was live, all the way live. Courtney. Oh, Court. Thank you, baby. Courtney, I wasn't even sure if you still come around to see us no more. Courtney, I haven't seen you. But I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much, Court. If you guys want to support the channel, I'll tell y'all how to do that in just a little bit. But hold on. Let me get into the chat. Let me say what's up to the folks, them. And then we're going to get into the show because I'm actually kind of chomping at the bit. Both of these stories have kind of got me a little fired up. And kids, you know how I get when I get fired up. Auntie get to cussing and all kinds of shit. And everybody's a some bitch and motherfucking and everything. So yeah, lots of folks gonna get cussed out today. Police getting cussed out. Ooh, who else getting cussed out? The black bougies getting cussed out. Two of my favorite motherfuckers to be cussing out. Love it. So hold on, let me get into the live. Thank you guys so much. Our apologies for the delayed beginning. Look at YouTube. Look, oh, YouTube trying to make up here and shit and run a little ad on my shit, nigga. Don't get y'all corny asses. Cannot stand fucking YouTube. Pick that up in the algorithm, bitch. Sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm cussing at YouTube already. Alicia, what's up, Nisi? How you feel? What's going on, Holly? Thank you so much for making the time. Dawn Bird. Where's Donnie's wrench? Donnie, you got your wrench? Will, did you give Dawn a wrench? You got to give Dawn a wrench. Dawn needs a wrench. Because, I just think she should have one. I think she should have one. Wait a minute. Did someone else run on some bucks? What's going on here? You guys, come on now. Y'all know I can't be keeping up and shit. Hold on. I'm a big them up. Hold on. Just give me a second. Hold on. You guys know I get easily flummoxed and overwhelmed sometimes. So dominate une minute, as my Russian friends would say. Hold on. What the fuck is this? Oh, there's another picture I didn't talk. Hold on, get rid of that. Anyway, guys, come on in here. We're about to get the show started. I just wanted to say what's up to the people them. And shout out to our mods. What's up, Courtney? What is up, Latif? What is going on, Tyler, my son? Very happy to see y'all guys in here. Dawn Hammond, what it do, baby? Shout out to the West Side. And a heart shout out to the West Side. Mama Lorraine, shout out to the West Side. What's up, Learn Life? Abby, big up. Thank you guys so much. Stoner Loader. What's up, Steve Dub? Let's come on in here, Steve. I love to see our folks coming in. Do I have smoke for white people today? I don't think so. This might be a boring show. I don't have no easily accessible a whole bunch of cracker euphemisms. I don't have my Ritz and my club crack. I don't think I'm calling anybody no crackers today. Catch me on another day when I'm feeling a little bit more normal. It's like I'm kidding. I feel fine. But no, white people are not on my list today. Amazing. Well, they kind of are. Cops ain't shit. Yeah, so never mind. I take that back. But the cops ain't people. They're pigs. So there's that. Isn't that right, Latif? All right, you guys. Now keep in mind, get to cussing. The auntie. Yes. Thank you. Who is this? Gabriel. Bienvenue, wherever in the world you from. Oh, shit, y'all. Hold on. Stop the fucking presses. Black Magic is in the building, everybody. Everybody take a pause. Y'all, I need to see them fists in the air for Black Magic. Black Magic, what's up, baby girl? What's going on, Black Magic? I'm so happy to see you in here. I love to see our folks. That should be making me happy. I love it. So anyway, what's up, Eric B for president? Thank you for coming in here. All right, let me get this shit rolling. Okay, let's start. It's Burn It Down with Kim Brown, everybody on YouTube's at BIDWKB, Twitch at Burn It Down KB on Twitter. Shout out to Facebook. It's the same song all around the web. Hey, y'all, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. Support us in the ways that you can at BIDWKB on all your cash platforms. So, the announcement today from the Department of Justice. There we go. Department of Justice announced that they have reached a settlement with the members of the USA gymnastics team, many of whom were Olympians, or several of whom were Olympians. If you guys remember, we covered this on this platform. Shit. When did them girls get up there and testify? That must have been like 2 years ago. When gymnasts like Michaela Maroney, Ali Raceman, and of course, the ever erudite motherfucking Simone Biles, the goddess, testified in front of Congress, not only about the horrific abuse that they suffered at the hands of Larry Nassar, but the absolute indifference, incompetence. What's another synonym for indifference? Not giving a fuck, apathetic response they received from the Indianapolis FBI field office when multiple members of USA Gymnastics reported that they were being abused by Larry Nassar. And would you like to know what the cops did, everybody? Would you like to know what the cops did? They didn't do a fucking thing for almost a year. And Larry Nassar was allowed to abuse dozens of more athletes, girls, women, and girls that Larry Nassar abused. And he, to be clear, Larry Nassar did not just abuse USA gymnasts. He, part of the reason he even got caught up, hemmed up in the first place. And we're going to see some of this actually. I might not let me not give it all away. But Larry Nassar was accused of sexual abuse of the daughter of a friend of his in Michigan. And it was after that complaint had been lodged in Michigan, did the previous complaints that were made to the FBI about Nassar in Indianapolis. It was only then after those accusations came to light. I mean, the cops ain't shit. When I tell you that policing as an institution is either ill equipped or absolutely has no serious interest in investigating accusations and claims of sex abuse. And that is a systemic problem. And it is all the more reason that we need to abandon faith in these institutions altogether. But let us get caught up on the story. Will, if we could run the package. You guys know I always like to go to a package. So the package is going to sum up the things a little succinctly. But I want you guys to pay special attention, because what do we like to talk about here, kids, especially when we are analyzing media coverage of whatever things, especially shit pertaining to cops, because the media is always going to present stories about the police from a propagandist lens, right? And it is to shift blame away from the police and their failures as individuals and as an institution. So you're going to hear a lot about Larry Nassar. You're going to hear about a lot about Larry Nassar. But the problem is Larry Nassar is in jail, and this motherfucker has been in jail. Okay. And Larry Nassar was not the one being sued for $1 billion. It was the Department of Justice that these gymnasts sued for $1 billion and now are settling for over 100 million. But let's get the update from the package.
Morning, a major win for the star gymnast sexually abused by disgraced USA Gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar. The Department of Justice reaching a $138.7 million settlement deal with 139 of Nassar's victims Tuesday to resolve claims that the FBI failed to conduct an adequate investigation of Nassar's conduct.
That we are heard and that our voices matter, that to me is beyond anything else.
This comes 2.5 years after decorated gymnasts Simone Biles, Michaela Maroney, Maggie Nichols, and Aly Raisman gave emotional testimony before Congress about their abuse. The FBI's failure to act in 2015, allowing Nassar to assault even more victims before his eventual 2016 arrest.
We have been failed, and we deserve answers.
Hundreds have come forward detailing abuse during Nassar's nearly 2-decade career. Former Olympic captain Aly Raisman testified that it took over 14 months for FBI agents to respond to her multiple requests for an interview.
Nassar found more than 100 new victims to molest.
In 2017, Nassar pled guilty to numerous sexual assault crimes against minors and was sentenced to up to 175 years in prison.
For them to pay this kind of money in a case represents the seriousness of the conduct and the recognition that what they did was wrong.
For survivors like Kelsey Morris, the settlement is bittersweet.
Very vindicating to feel like that our voices were heard and that all the rest of us can close that chapter and say, you know, my life starts fresh with whatever that looks like for them.
Will, did I have another package there? Maybe from CNN. Did it say something about the girl's lawyer? Do I have another package there? I know I have.
You got another one in there.
Okay, thank you.
Play that one.
Can you just cue that one up real quick? I just want to make a comparison real quick. Thank you. So you guys saw that piece there, right? And it's about largely about Larry Nassar, right? Larry Nassar, 2 decades of abuse. Larry Nassar abused, well, the number that they gave there, the DOJ is settling, the Department of Justice is settling with 139 of Nassar's accusers. But to be clear, Larry Nassar is thought to have abused over 300 women and girls. 300 women and girls, right? And again, the cops sat on their hands because why? The cops ain't shit. Okay. But I want you guys to hear. So I want you guys to hear a little bit of a different take, slightly. And this one is going to be coming from the attorney. I think his name Maroney. We're about to hear it. He believes actually that the FBI colluded with Larry Nassar. And again, when you look at when you hear one of the victims testify in front of Congress that it was 14 months before federal agents acted or even attempted to interview her regarding her accusations. 14 months, guys. 14 months. That is a year and 2 months. That's a long time for a child molester to continue to have unfettered access to women and girls to abuse. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Not surprising, stunning. So I want us to hear from the gymnast lawyer because he has a little bit of a different take and he takes a little bit of a harsher tone that I actually appreciate. And I know perhaps his accusation might sound a little wild off the top, but think about it. Think about it. Let's take a listen.
The FBI conspired with USA Gymnastics and the U.S. Olympic Committee to cover up Larry Nassar.
Attorney John Manley represents more than 200 gymnasts who say they were sexually abused by the disgraced USA Gymnastics doctor. You just said conspired. I mean, that's a serious allegation. You think that's what happened?
I know that's what happened. And for 14 months after they knew he was a pedophile, they let him day after day molest little girls and women at Michigan State University.
This July, a scathing report by the Department of Justice's Inspector General found that USA Gymnastics reported sexual assault allegations against Nassar to the FBI's Indianapolis field office in July 2015. But agents did not formally open an investigation into the matter. More than a year later, an investigation was finally opened by the FBI's Lansing, Michigan office after a separate sexual assault allegation was made to Michigan State University police. During that delay, Nassar continued working at Michigan State and, according to the report, abused at least 70 more athletes. In a statement, the FBI called the actions and inactions of certain FBI agents inexcusable and a discredit to the organization. Star gymnast Simone Biles spoke about Nassar in an interview with 60 Minutes earlier this year, saying that she wants to know who knew what and when.
You guys have failed so many athletes, and most of us underage. Like, if that were me and I knew something, I'd want it resolved immediately.
Yep. So that was the report that the Department of Justice did when they investigated themselves, because, you know, that's what police do. They investigate themselves, right? And usually find themselves without fault. But at least here they had to do some sort of acknowledgement that the ball was dropped many, many times. And there's lots of things here. So as a rule, I just want us to be clear as a society, okay? When people, survivors of sex abuse, come forward, but of course, you know, I am a woman, so I center women here on this channel. So let's talk about women and girls. When women and girls come forward with accusations of sexual assault or sex abuse, they are disbelieved. They are disbelieved. So when the motherfucking whack ass manosphere gets to running off at the yap when there is a widely talked about case of sexual assault or sexual abuse. Well, how come she didn't call the police? I'm saying, if I'd have been raped, I'd have been calling 911. I'd have been calling the police. They called the police numerous times. No, as all my daytime talk show people say, numerous of times. Okay, they called the police numerous of times, and they didn't just call Indianapolis police. They didn't just call motherfucking Indiana State Police. No. They called the FBI. They called the FBI, the biggest top cops in the country, right? The Department of Justice houses the Federal Bureau of Investigations. There is no higher law enforcement agency than the FBI and the DOJ. That's it. And these girls who were victims and survivors of sexual abuse from, again, prolific, my God, at the numbers that Larry Nassar victimized and harmed. It is abhorrent. And the FBI knew. They knew. So when the lawyer there, Manley, attorney Manley at the beginning of that clip says that he knows. I mean, and usually lawyers don't come out and say shit like that, right? Like lawyers are quite aware of defamation, libel, and slander. They usually are very selective in the words that they say when commenting on a thing, right? He says, I know the FBI conspired with Larry Nassar to continue to abuse these girls. That is a hell of an accusation, right? And I didn't hear the DOJ refute that shit, okay? But kids, you know what else I didn't hear? You know, in all this coverage about this settlement and, you know, Larry Nassar, forgetting the fact that Larry Nassar is in jail and been in jail, been getting his ass whooped in jail. Shout out to all the ass whoopers fucking up all the chomos in goddamn prison. Y'all the real MVPs out this bitch. But where's the discipline for the FBI agents? Where's the shift in policy? Where's the change in protocol? Where is the way that the FBI is being transparent in the ways that they failed? I know they put out a report, but for some reason, I know the news is not letting us know, or I guess that's not important. I'm very confused. So interestingly enough, this week, as this news about this DOJ settlement with the USA gymnasts has been announced, on NBC News, Lester Holt. Good evening. I'm Lester Holt. Lester Holt, who hosts NBC Nightly News. He had an interview with FBI Director Christopher Wray. And I was wondering if Lester Holt was going to ask Director Wray about this, because the ironic part was on the same day this news about the settlement was announced, Lester Holt aired this interview with Chris Wray. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I thought I was looking at the unedited interview on YouTube. I wasn't. I was looking at the edited interview. So if Lester Holt actually did ask Christopher Wray, the FBI director, about this specific case, enlighten me, make me aware. I'm always here for correction. You know what I'm saying? I'm right a lot, but I'm okay if I'm wrong, and y'all can point the shit out as long as it's principled. You feel me? So I want y'all to listen to this question, like asked in just sheer oblivion by Lester Holt to Chris Wray in the wake, again, of this specific news of this settlement with the gymnasts, because the FBI agents didn't give a fuck that these young women were being serially abused by someone trusted with their care, right? So here's Lester Holt asking Chris Wray about what the FBI cares about victims. So let's take a look at that.
Security threats and crime fighting, Wray says he wants Americans to know the FBI is also focused on standing up for victims.
We have something like 250 people, an entire division that's just focused on victim services. And while that might not be the first thing that Americans think of when they think of the FBI, I can tell you it's the first thing that victims think of when they engage with the FBI.
That's the first thing victims think of when they engage with the FBI. Do you think Allie Raceman and Michaela Maroney and Simone Biles, do you think that that's the first thing they think of when they think of the FBI? That, oh, wow, they have a tremendous supportive victim services division. You think that's what Simone Biles thinks when she thinks about the FBI? Or does she think that these motherfuckers obviously did not give a fuck about all of these hundreds of girls and women that were being assaulted by this one man? You think the FBI gave a fuck about that? They sat on the fucking shit for 14 months and didn't do a goddamn thing? No. This is all the more reason. And let me say this. Hold on. I'm going to get back to this is all the more reason. But if you guys can go back, and if you guys remember, it's actually on this channel somewhere. Sorry, not be more specific, but we covered the congressional testimony of the gymnasts when it happened. We covered it live, and I played a lot of their testimony extensively. And it was very clear to me that every single one of those young ladies had absolutely lost complete faith in the system. And they absolutely should have. You know what I mean? They are validated and justified and correct to have abandoned faith in the system. When you look at who these girls are, right? Simone Biles obviously being the front face because she is the baddest bitch on earth, right? There's never been a more decorated gymnast. There is moves out here that only Simone Biles can do. The baddest bitch on earth, okay? 4'10", fuck with her. She's the baddest bitch on earth, okay? But she's the face because she is the baddest bitch on earth. But when you look at who the demographic, especially the racial demographic of most of the girls that participate in USA Gymnastics, these are overwhelmingly white girls, right? Overwhelmingly white girls. And white women and white girls, I need y'all to pay attention because look who don't give a fuck about y'all. Look who don't give a fuck about y'all. Like if you thought, and I know, if you thought the system does not give a fuck about black women and girls, you are absolutely correct. But babies, all bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, okay, in the eyes of misogynistic men. And if you think that there's not deep misogyny and antipathy for survivors of sexual assault in law enforcement, oh baby, look at the rates. Can we just examine the rates of prosecutions for sexual assaults? And for some reason the kids say grapes now. I don't anyway, I'm auntie. Give me some latitude here. But for essays and grapes, you know what I mean? Like these are crimes that are seldom reported. Let's start there. Most people who are essayed never make a report, right? And then those that do are confronted with skepticism, dubiousness. Again, these are serious allegations, and I agree that any accusation should be thoroughly investigated. But you know, the emphasis on thoroughly and investigated, not oh, hey man, you know, did it go down like that? No. Oh, okay, yeah. This bitch just being dramatic. I know, man. Okay, I'm gonna write it up like it's no big deal, right? Because that's the attitude that is taken by a lot of law enforcement, and people need to understand that. So when we hear stories about people, men, women, non-binary folks coming forward, trans folks coming forward with their stories about being assaulted, and if they didn't go to the police, don't ask them why they didn't fucking go. This is the reason why. The cops don't care. And the FBI, under the umbrella of the Department of Justice, is behaving the way that all these law enforcement departments behave, right? They actually don't want to improve training of their agents or of their officers. They don't really actually want to improve protocols and policies. You know what I'm saying? This is all budgeted in the settlement money is already accounted for in when they submit fiscal year 2025. You feel me? They've already got $1 billion outside. I don't know that for a fact, but you understand generally of what I'm saying is they got $1 billion set aside for the settlements because they already know that their officers ain't shit. They already know that their officers are out here violating people's civil and constitutional rights. They already know that a situation like this could come up where there is an accusation made either against an institution, i.e. like a church, you know what I'm saying, or against an individual that is part of a powerful institution like Larry Nassar, who had been at Michigan State University for many years and who had been a trainer / doctor with USA Gymnastics. And he held a very powerful and influential position, right? And what is another point that I have been saying to you guys kind of semi consistently over the years? And whether or not they take advantage of it, okay? All men get a default number of people they get to assault, okay? Do all men assault people? Absolutely not. But don't worry. For every man that is a good man, a respectful man, a man who doesn't hate women or hate themselves in any way. Like for every man that never assaults anybody, you have fucking pieces of shit like Larry Nassar who's going to assault 300. You feel me? Like I feel as though there is a unsaid but should be well understood fact in society, not just American society, but really across the world. Okay, men and boys get to harm people. They do. They do. And well, girls be hurting people's feelings, I guess, but girls is not going to take your anal virginity. You understand? Like the woman them is gonna hurt your little feelings. Absolutely. The man them, oh, you ain't want to know what the man them's gonna do. The man them's gonna do way more and her feelings, okay? And I'm telling y'all this, I feel as though every man and boy gets to assault X amount of people of any gender, I suppose. And this is primarily, predominantly, um, a man problem, guys. It was a man who hurt these girls by the hundreds. It was another man who took the fucking accusation and didn't do shit about it. So what is us as girls and women? What we supposed to think out here? Well, the first thing I want girls and women to know is that the cops ain't shit. Okay, girls? I need y'all. I honestly need us to internalize this. I honestly think you might be better off. No bullshit, right? Unless you have got it front of mind that you are going to execute the special victims unit playbook to perfection, should you tragically find yourself the survivor of a SA, right? You got to have the frame of mind to call the cops, to collect, preserve evidence, document as much as possible, et cetera, right? Now, most survivors of SA are traumatized and they are not in a frame of mind to be trying to think about collecting and preserving evidence. They might not even want to fucking call the police, because then you got to deal with another fucking idiot man walking through the goddamn door, right? And I understand that. So I want us to just be way more sensitive when we hear stories about people surviving SA, right? Or in the case that we're seeing play out very publicly now with Sean Combs, P. Diddy, you know what I mean? Nobody brought formal criminal charges against Diddy because in a lot of cases, these incidents happened years ago, right? So there may not be forensic evidence available to present, but his survivors, or his alleged survivors, are coming forward and bringing about civil cases, right? And you hear all the little from the manosphere, well, right? Oh, they wanted money, right? They called the police. Look at these USA gymnasts and never again open your fucking mouth and ask why girls and women and survivors of rape and sexual assault do not call the police, because cops ain't shit. Let's take a break. Take a little break. A little pause for the cause. What's up, y'all? Come on in here. This is Burn It Down with Kim Brown. Me and Wilbert is working on the we're doing the vertical stream, doing this. Shout out to Molly. What's up? Hey, everybody, if you're not already following Molly on the Twitter, go follow her at Molly Shaw. Molly Shaw, Shah. Molly was on the ground in Berlin, Germany, because we international out this motherfucker. But no, Molly was on the ground in Berlin covering the pro-Palestinian protests where Berlin police was getting rowdy. So she has put this on her Twitter feed. So please go follow Molly Shaw at Molly Shaw, Shah, on Twitter, and check out Molly's incredible footage. And we do want to send ongoing solidarity and support, not only to the Palestinians, to everybody in Gaza, everybody on the West Bank, those people that are there doing what they can to survive the genocide. It's horrific. But on the state side, y'all, the students are with the people in Palestine. So big up to all the college students from Columbia to Yale to MIT. Shout out to Morehouse College. I stand corrected. What's up to the kids doing the actions at Emory University, UCLA, USC, UT Austin? Just keep it up, kids. Bring the motherfucking ruckus, like Wu-Tang said. You know what I mean? Like, get these colleges and universities to divest. Have these universities put the press on the Biden administration to demand a ceasefire, and even beyond a ceasefire, demand that the people of Palestine be allowed to return back to their homeland, to where they live and belong, where they have been. They deserve to be there. So we want to say free Palestine on this Good Friday evening. And shout out to the kids bringing the motherfucking ruckus out here. So thank you all so much. Give the video likes, thumbs up, baby girls and boys and non-binary folks. Was it another thing I want to say to you? Ooh. No, I have a couple stories that we're going to talk about Tuesday on the Remix Morning Show. Can I say this real quick? Okay, let me give y'all a little tease. Because there was an update to a story that we had covered on the Remix Morning Show on Black Power Media, by the way. If you're tuning in to me for the first time, I host a morning show on Black Power Media on YouTube called the Remix Morning Show. I think I'm the best host, would y'all say? Because we shitted on them. No, I'm just playing. Like my brothers do the damn thing, and my sister in as well. So Remix Morning Show airs Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday mornings, 8 a.m. It's usually me, Jared Ball, Kamau, Franklin Ear Doctor, Jackie Lukman. Shout out to Lucretia Williams. Shout out to Ricky Ryan. Ooh, shout out to Piper Carter. Y'all did a great job on Women's Wednesdays. I really appreciate it. That was a great conversation. So anyway, so what the fuck? Oh. So y'all might remember. Y'all remember us talking about a story that happened in Baltimore County at Pikesville High School, where allegedly the white principal was caught on tape berating the black students and talking shit about the Jewish parents. And if y'all remember, when we covered the story on the Remix Morning Show, we had covered it. The Baltimore Sun had covered the story, and I was like, oh, that is deeply irresponsible of the Baltimore Sun to run with this fucking story because this shit is shifty, right? Come to find out, the audio, guys, what happened to the audio? The audio was fake. The audio was AI out this bitch. And look, when I tell you guys, oh my God, I'm going to report on this with so much glee on Tuesday. I'm just giving y'all the heads up. When I tell y'all, all of the mainstream Baltimore outlets gleefully and breathlessly reported on that shit. I said, look at y'all goofy ass niggas. This is what's wrong with journalism. Y'all motherfuckers just running with shit off the internet. Y'all don't even be verifying. Y'all ain't got y'all proper attribution and shit out here. Look at y'all looking silly. Look at the Baltimore Sun looking like some goofballs. Running a fake AI audio story like it's goddamn news. Hate to see it. You hate to see it. So anyway, tune into the Remix Morning Show on Tuesday, y'all. I saw this shit today. I had to laugh. I said, yo, I cuss, use racial slurs, and I'm telling you, my shit is the most accurate motherfucking news broadcast on YouTube. Trust me, because I'm telling the truth through the curses, baby. I'm telling the truth through the crackers, okay? It's accuracy out here. And if I have questions about the veracity of my accuracy, I will say so. You know, I ain't out here like some know-it-all ass nigga. I'll be like, hey, I think I seen this shit, but I don't know. So anyway, I'm shitted on them. Stren, what's up? Hey, there goes Courtney in the chat. Holy shit. Courtney done came out. Yes. What is man straight from Raleigh Dorm? He recognized Kojak. I slapped the 5 master killer, cracked his hiney for him. Everybody break bread, huddle around, guzzle that. I'm about to throw hair in your back. Since the face been revealed, game got real. Radio been gassing niggas, my imposters screaming ill. I'm the inventor. 86 ramen at the center debut. Anyway, let me calm down. Y'all should have seen me when Ghostface came on stage. I said, I wasn't close enough to slingshot my panties, but it wouldn't have been like an invitation if I had been. It wouldn't have been an invite. It just would have been a gesture of my appreciation if I would have slingshot him the panties. I mean, like literally. I don't mean like that's not a euphemism for sex. I mean literally slingshot him the panties. You know what I'm saying? As a gesture that I'm a fan, and I appreciate his incredible performance down at RFK Stadium grounds. Big up to the Wu-Tang Clan, by the way. Killer Bees on a Swarm. Played on your college ass disco dorm. What's up, James? What's going on? Y'all good out here? All right. Give the video likes, thumbs up. I have no idea how many motherfuckers in this chat, but it's fine. Like, listen, we had 5 rocking with us. We had 2 on Twitch, and I know that was Rosalba and Northern Witch. I know who my 2 Twitch viewers are. It's Rosalba and Northern Witch, and we love you guys so much for that. I don't know who's watching on Twitter. Will be shocking me with the Twitter numbers. I'm like, people's watching us on Twitter, and like, I used to love Twitter, y'all. And then here, and what happened? What the fuck happened? What always happens? What happens when we have nice things? And I know Twitter was founded by whites. Not the point. When these other whites came in and fucked it all up, I said, God damn. Whites, they giveth and they fucking taketh away. Ah, ah, can't stand it. So anyway, and then they wanted anyway. You know what? Anyway, you know what? Let me mount my business and move on to my next story. Let me get my doc together. You guys, thank you all so much for repping with us tonight. Burn It Down with Kim Brown right here on YouTube at BIDWKB. What's up, Twitch? What's up, Facebook? At Burn It Down KB on Twitter. What's up, Twitter? Y'all good? All right. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Let me calm down. I got to keep my voice level because they say that the mandem does not respond to women when they speak in the higher octaves. So you guys take me seriously. let me get my news voice on so y'all take me fucking seriously and shit. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm back on my bully. Let's get it in here. Let's get it on. All right, gang, do me a favor. Give the video a thumbs up, engage with the content, like, share, subscribe to Burn It Down with Kim Brown right here on YouTube. And to follow up on a story that we have been covering here literally for years and years and years. We have been covering the saga of embattled now former state's attorney of Baltimore, Marilyn Mosby. Marilyn Mosby, I believe, was the first Black woman prosecutor for the city of Baltimore. And she was reelected once, but she lost reelection last year to challenger Ivan Bates. And in part, I think Miss Mosby lost for a number of reasons. But anyway, it was because she was hemmed up on Fed charges. Okay. And after 2 federal trials, Marilyn Mosby was acquitted of 1 charge and found guilty of 3 others. This stemming with some pity pat paperwork shit. Okay. Marilyn Mosby, what she is guilty of, or at least was found guilty by a jury, basically, she withdrew funds from her retirement account under the auspices of COVID assistance, right? Meaning that people were allowed during the pandemic to withdraw from their retirement savings without penalty if they were experiencing financial hardship. At the time, Miss Mosby, as the state's attorney of Baltimore at the time, as a public servant, her salary was public. Okay, and it was very clear. Not only did Marilyn Mosby not have financial hardship in the way that we think about it, but I do believe during that same period she also got a raise. At the time, she was also married to the president of the Baltimore City Council, Nick Mosby, who I believe was earning a salary in that position of over $100,000, probably like $150,000. I think Marilyn Mosby herself was earning well over $200,000. So as a power couple, as the Mosbys definitely saw themselves, they definitely saw themselves as Baltimore's Barack Michelle. Okay. It was disgusting. it was disgusting. So my point is, Marilyn and Nick Mosby had a household income of over $300,000, right? And yet here she is taking this money, her own money, as many point out, that she withdrew her own money from the retirement. Yeah, she did withdraw her own money. Yeah, she's in trouble for withdrawing her own fucking money. And I'm going to get into that in just a bit here. But again, she stands convicted of 3 federal counts and is slated to be sentenced soon in the coming weeks. Will, if you could throw up the article for me, we're not going to stay on it long. But the reason I'm even talking about Marilyn Mosby, I know y'all like Kim. She's been convicted. She's out of office. Why are you even talking about her? I'm talking about her. The article, beloved. The Washington Post piece. Is that it? Marilyn Mosby, you guys. Her supporters are trying to petition the Biden administration for a pardon. That's right. All the Black bougies are assembling, much like Voltron, to come to Marilyn Mosby's defense and to try to keep her from jail, because she is facing, I believe, 5 years on each count, or maybe 8 years on each count. Then someone said that she's facing up to 40 fucking years. They're not putting her ass in jail for 40 years for moving some paperwork around. I don't see that happening. But chances are she is going to do some time. There is precedence for this, especially in Baltimore. For those that may not know, even though Marilyn Mosby was state's attorney, 2 previous mayors of Baltimore, both Black women, one named Sheila Dixon, the other named Catherine Pugh, were convicted on pity pat charges. Sheila Dixon was convicted of misusing gift cards and she went to jail. Catherine Pugh was convicted of having some sort of deal to buy her children's book series called Healthy Holly. The University of Maryland medical system was somehow involved in that. But Catherine Pugh, as the Black woman mayor of Baltimore, was the only one to go down. And they sent her to jail for that shit, right? So there is precedence here with seemingly federal officials targeting visible Black women elected officials in Baltimore, right? That definitely seems to be a thing, okay? Make no mistake about that. But hold on, let's get to this petition real quick because I found it to be quite interesting. My mother, shout out to my mom. My mom brought this to my attention because I told y'all, mama likes to listen to Al Sharpton on the radio. And she said there's been a number of callers calling in from Baltimore. Oh, shit, someone sent money. It's Alicia. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you so much for your support, baby girl. Mama said that a number of people have been calling in from Baltimore, calling up to Al Sharpton, asking him to get involved to urge Joe Biden to give Marilyn Mosby a pardon on these charges. Okay. And the petition, I believe, is halfway to its goal. They have a couple thousand or a few thousand signatures out here already. But it's being supported. It's giving me class solidarity vibes and not necessarily race solidarity vibes. On the surface, yes, you're going to see all these bougie Black people be like, "Oh, see, we have to support this sister. We have to support this sister." But why are we supporting this sister though? Because at the end of the day, Marilyn Mosby was a prosecutor. What do a lot of prosecutors call themselves, everybody? Don't usually the prosecutors say, "I'm the top cop. I'm the top cop." You know what I'm saying? Because the prosecutor is a cop. You know what I'm saying? They a lawyer cop, but a cop. The prosecutor's only mission statement is literally to put people in jail, to prosecute, not to exonerate. They're not the exonerators. The job title is not chief, state's attorney, the liberator of people. No, the prosecutor, the persecutor, the jailer, the top cop. And kids, I don't give a fuck whether it's a Black woman, a Black man, a Black whoever. If you the police, it's middle finger to the law, baby. Talking my ball. Oh, that's wrong, but that was inappropriate. But you understand, it's middle finger to the law. It's middle finger to the law. And I want us to take a look, if we could. And I didn't realize who any of these people were, by the way, because y'all know. I do not tune in. I don't tune in to what the fuck the bougies is talking about. Because I already know what the bougies is talking about. The bougies talk about saving democracy. And we have to get Joe Biden in. Because Trump is just gonna ruin the country. It's just gonna take us off the cliff. Bitch, the country has been off the fucking cliff. Shit has fell off under Joe Biden. Okay. Like, miss me with all this. We gotta save democracy shit. In the meantime, Marilyn Mosby made it her stated mission to put people in jail. Okay. That was her job, period, point blank. And it is widely remembered as a progressive prosecutor. And I want us to very swiftly disavow ourselves of any sort of reframing of Marilyn Mosby as a progressive prosecutor. And there's a couple of cases that I'm going to talk to you about after we see this clip. But this clip, to me, encapsulates the Black bougie perspective. And it's going to be people clearly not familiar with Baltimore, right? People who see this race first, like identity politics, and get excited that there is a Black woman in a position of power. So surely she must have the community's best interest at heart, right? Surely she's not some class social climber willing to do the bidding of white supremacy in order to elevate herself. No. I guess because she's a Black woman, she's all of our mammy, right? Like, of course she's here to take care and look out for us, and that's not the case. And of course it would be a Black bougie trying to sell that to other Black people to try to get you to care about the plight of a Black bourgeoisie person who could give a fuck about Black, poor, and working class people. But let me simmer down before I go too far. So, Will, let's go ahead and look at that clip. Will, and after we play the clip, if you recognize these niggas, can you come and identify them? Because again, I don't recognize bougie nigga. I don't pay attention to them. So anyway, so let's take a look and get the pulse of the Black bourgeoisie as to why Marilyn Mosby, whose job it was to put people in jail, why she herself should be spared from jail. Let's take a listen.
I cannot overstate on this podcast how critical her disruption has been. I would say that Marilyn Mosby was at the tip of the spear of prosecutors around this country deciding that it was okay to then pursue prosecutions of law enforcement officers.
She held the line for us as a community, and she faced and squared off against the system. You too have squared off against the federal government and lived to tell about it, which is not a very common thing. What would have been helpful to you?
What would have been helpful, obviously, would have been the resources to bring a fight that matched the enemy. I needed the strength, both legally but also financially, to wage that war. I'm part of what is known as the 3%ers. The 3% who fight back and then beat their
Will, who them goofy niggas? You know them niggas?
Don't have a clue. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Sorry, could be more help.
No worries.
Sorry.
Moving right along. So anyway, there go the bougie niggas talking about Marilyn Mosby held the line. Well, kids, I have two names for you. The first name is Freddie Gray. Okay, Freddie Gray was murdered by Baltimore police on Marilyn Mosby watch. Now, to be fair to her, she had just got into office when the shit had happened. Okay, but at the end of the day, she had got into office. She had the power to do something about it. And if you please go read my friend Justine Barron's book titled They Killed Freddie Gray. Justine does an amazing job of breaking down the ineptitude, in some ways, the intentional incompetence of Marilyn Mosby's office when it came to investigating Freddie Gray's murder. They were tragically slow and not, well, maybe I should say deliberately slow in collecting evidence, in collecting witness statements, in trying to prep people for the trials of the 5 officers that were charged in Freddie Gray's death. By the way, Marilyn Mosby, how many convictions did she secure against Freddie Gray's murderers? Let's see, 2, 4, carry the 1, 0. The answer is fucking none. None. You could not convict 5 killer cops in black ass Baltimore City. And it wasn't because, she tried. See, I was under the impression, this is why Justine's book is so illuminating, because I was under the impression that the Baltimore police were stymieing Marilyn Mosby's investigation of what happened to Freddie Gray. But it turns out, because Marilyn Mosby herself, top cop, also comes from a family of cops, right? So she's down with the fucking cops, okay? Make no mistake about it. I can't stand the way the bougies try to paint her as adversarial to the system. Bitch, you were the fucking system. What you mean? Oh, she stood and she held the line for our community. The fuck she did, okay? The fuck she did. She did not secure a single conviction of any of those killer cops for those that murdered Freddie Gray. Baltimore came under consent decree by the FBI, whatever, the Department of Justice. That was worth, the same amount as your toilet paper sitting next to your toilet right now, that fucking consent decree. But I digress. So she failed the community for Freddie Gray, did not get a hold of police brutality and police violence at all. And the second name that I'm gonna kick out to y'all after Freddie Gray, y'all know who I'm gonna talk about. It's gonna be Keith Davis Jr. Okay. If you've never heard of Keith Davis Jr., I encourage you to please go to our videos and search Keith Davis Jr. We covered Keith Davis Jr.'s case extensively. Long story short, Marilyn Mosby's office, number one, prosecuted Keith, I believe, 4 times for a murder. He was found, it is so complicated. I always can't remember how they happened. I think he was found not guilty on 2 of the trials. He was found guilty on 2 other trials, but those convictions were overturned. And Marilyn Mosby's office was criticized, sometimes from the bench by the judges, as to how sloppily and shittily that they presented their case and their evidence against Keith Davis Jr. Keith Davis Jr. exonerated and now free from jail after being imprisoned basically at Marilyn Mosby's hand for 7 years. 7 years Keith Davis Jr. languished in jail. I can't say he languished because Keith was out here fighting the whole time. He and his wife, the amazing Kelly Davis. My God, if I ever get married, please, I need a woman like Kelly Davis. Okay, like I'm gay all of a sudden for Kelly Davis. Like, oh shit, the wife's is doing that. God damn, I need a wife. So, but Marilyn Mosby was even cited at one point, her office that is, I think, for malicious prosecution of Keith Davis and her antagonism of Keith's families and his supporters. Okay. 7 years this man lost of his life. And had it been up to Marilyn Mosby, she would have tried to prosecute him again. In fact, that was her intention. And Keith Davis Jr. would have been prosecuted again if Marilyn Mosby had won that election. But because she lost, her successor set Keith free. Okay. Now, the bougies will argue, well, that's just one person. How can you get mad at her or say that she needs to go to jail because of what she did to one person? Well, for one, I don't know that it was just one. I figure that if someone in the position of power that Marilyn Mosby found herself was willing to use the weight of her office to go after working class folks in Baltimore like the Davises, why didn't she do that for other folks that she wanted to put in jail, right? And to be clear, Keith Davis Jr. himself, a victim of police brutality, right? Did Marilyn Mosby investigate or prosecute the cops that shot Keith Davis Jr.? Y'all, please go and refamiliarize yourself or get familiar with Keith Davis Jr.'s story. Because the whole story begins with Keith getting shot multiple times by Baltimore police. He almost died. Okay. He was unarmed and he was lit up by the cops. Did Marilyn Mosby's office investigate those Baltimore police who shot and almost killed Keith Davis Jr.? Did she look at him as a victim of police brutality? Absolutely fucking not. She didn't. And that's my whole issue here with Marilyn Mosby and now this campaign to try to get her a pardon. Hold on, I got burp. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I didn't want to do that all in your ear. Nature was calling. Here's my problem, y'all. Here's my problem. So the bougies say that Marilyn, the one bougie even said that Marilyn didn't even do the shit. She said Marilyn Mosby didn't even do the things that she's accused of doing. So hold on, let me reset here for a second. What Marilyn Mosby has been convicted of is it ultimately boils down to her being greedy. Okay, she lied, checked the incorrect boxes on mortgage forms and on retirement forms, trying to get money to get 2 mortgages to buy 2 homes in Florida that she and her husband intended to use as rental properties, as Airbnb properties. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, she and Nick Mosby were only making a household income of $300,000. I mean, they were barely scraping by. I mean, just barely scraping by in West Baltimore, in Sandtown. Like it's really hard. Like if you guys Google the Sandtown, the Sandtown Penn North neighborhood, you can look at the rents in the more, and I'm not even trying to shit on Sandtown. My point is, it's not, I wouldn't call it a luxurious area. I wouldn't necessarily call it a high rent area. And especially this long time as the Mosbys have been there. My point is that, y'all, of course, they should have been able to easily survive off a household income of $300,000 in Baltimore, right? The reason that they were trying to buy these houses for rental homes is because they was trying to keep up with the Obamas, trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? Because ultimately, $300K in bougie parlance is you poor. You out here poor. How can you floss and ball with the likes of Barack and Michelle off, and y'all barely making it off $300K a year? I mean, oh my God, like what, seriously. we expected him to live that way? Come on, be serious. And it's greed. She is in this pickle for greed. She wanted to be a earn your leisure ass nigga, okay? You wanted to be a earn your leisure ass nigga at the end of the day, right? And I know some in the community will be like, well, Kim, white folks do this shit all the time. And guys, the community would be correct. Of course, white folks do this shit all the time. This is their system. They know how to game the fucking system. The problem is Marilyn Mosby ain't white folks, okay? And not saying that she shouldn't be trying to game the system, but baby, you a public servant, okay? And on top of that, you an attorney. You are sworn to the Maryland Bar Association. You are duty bound to uphold certain rules and ethics. And if you don't read the fine print on the fucking mortgage form, then that's your fault. That's your fault. That's not, yes, that is the state trying to come after you for some bullshit. Absolutely. But Marilyn Mosby, baby girl, how many times did your office go after people for some bullshit, huh? How many times did your office prosecute working class and poor Baltimoreans because of pretextual police stops undertaken by Baltimore police? Somebody had a burned out tail light. Somebody had something hanging from their rear view mirror. Somebody didn't have their seatbelt on. And here come Baltimore police, whoop, whoop, effecting a pretextual stop that may or may not have led to either a legitimate or illegitimate arrest, because we know that Baltimore police are known for planting shit on people, guys. That's known facts. That's facts. Check out the Gun Trace Task Force if you don't believe me. And Marilyn Mosby, her office would go with some of these cases off of bogus shit done by the police, off some pity pat shit, no seatbelt, tail light, etc., etc. So I'm sorry, tell me why Marilyn Mosby should be exempt from a system that she helped to uphold, that she was the front facing black and female representation of the system. Do I think Marilyn Mosby should go to jail? The answer is no. I do not think that she should go to jail. But what's my phrase, y'all? I lack empathy. If she goes to jail, I kind of lack the empathy because of the nature of her position. She put so many people in jail, okay? And let's assume for a second that Keith Davis Jr. was the only person during her tenure as Baltimore State's attorney. He was the only person that she literally did dirty and was hell-bent on imprisoning. One is enough. One is enough. If it was only Keith, that was one too many, right? In the same way that I talk about predators, people that assault and commit harm, right? Like what's the acceptable number of SAs that a person gets to have, right? 10, 12, 5, 3, like what's the number? If you're a prosecutor and you're putting innocent people in jail, if you put one innocent person in jail, that's one too many. And that's reason enough to hold you accountable. And yet I assure you, none of them bougie motherfuckers who on that clip, who me nor will recognize, me nor will know who them niggas are. But I bet you none of them niggas had shit to say about Keith Davis Jr., did they? I bet you not a fucking one, not a one. Why? Because the black bourgeoisie doesn't care about black, poor, and working class people. They are squadding up to make sure that Marilyn don't go to jail, because Marilyn can't go to jail. She got a law degree. She can't go to jail. Look how long her hair is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, goofy shit, right? The other argument that comes from the community, let me say this so also, is that one of the counts that Marilyn Mosby was found guilty on was related to the withdrawal of her retirement funds under the auspices of this COVID relief, right? Of this COVID hardship. And so people say, well, how could she get in trouble for withdrawing her own money? That's an excellent, excellent question. And I'd like to ask you guys a question as y'all, because I know y'all ballers, right? Give the video a like, a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, Burn It Down with Kim Brown. I know y'all is ballers, right? Oh, y'all got Roth IRAs and shit, right? You got to read the fine print, okay? You got to read the fine print, because here's the deal, Pickles. When you give the white man your money, that shit comes with strings attached, beloved. Go ask the people that put their money in the freedmen's bank after the Civil War. Go ask the newly freed, formerly enslaved people about the freedmen's bank. Okay, just when the white man is involved with your money, there's fine print involved. Okay, now I hate all financial systems. I even hate that I have a fucking bank account, right? So picture me with a fucking 401k. Ain't no way in the goddamn world. Because there's rules. Yeah, that's quote your money, but you can only access it under very specific circumstances, right? And there's penalties involved for you accessing your money, right? So it's hilarious to me because people is out here caping for Marilyn Mosby, who herself a representative of the criminal injustice system that is targeted against Black communities all the way, which makes her deeply unsympathetic in my eyes, right? But as a bougie, the bougie talking about how could she get in trouble for taking out her own money, baby? Because when you put your money in the white man's institution, there's rules, and if you ain't got time to read the rules or comprehend the rules, then you don't need to be giving the white man your money. If you want to have access to your money unfettered at all times, I suggest you put that shit close to you. You put it with the grannies used to put it in their bra. You better put that shit in the mattress. You better get you a little safe. You better put that shit in your mama house. You better start stacking up some cash. Okay, if you want to be able to have access to your money 24/7 at all times, no questions asked, then the Roth IRA and the 401k is not where you need to be putting your fucking money. Okay, and it's wild to me that Black folks will uphold and support the system if they believe it is generating them wealth, but at the same time will bemoan the same system that will penalize them for trying to access their own money. Like Marilyn Mosby is fighting two systems that she absolutely in some way participated in and upheld, right? Both the criminal justice system and in this instance the financial system. You was more than happy to contribute to the Roth IRA, as you see it's growing in investments. But again, when rubber hits the road and you actually need cash in your hand and you want to get access to your money, baby, there's rules and there's penalties and there's fine print that you need to read. And as at the time admitted to the bar attorney, I would think Marilyn Mosby would be okay to read the fine print and shit, right? But she didn't. But she didn't, and now she mad, right? So all the way around, everything pertaining to her convictions was all in an effort for her to further climb up the social ladder and the economic ladder, right? And again, the Mosbys were not hurting out here financially, guys. So again, I have to say, I don't have empathy. I lack the empathy. I really do. And it's not, again, I don't want to see a Black woman in jail. However, I see the irony in a Black woman whose job it was to put people in jail, a Black woman who herself upheld the system, defended the system, was a participant in the system, was a supporter of the system, now finds herself on the other end of that system, right? Now the system is coming for you and you don't like it. No, you don't want to go to jail. Guess what, Marilyn? None of the people that came before your office that had trials that they had to pay for lawyers or not pay for lawyers and end up with sentences, right? They also did not want to go to jail, but hey, to jail they went, right, Marilyn? So if y'all see this petition floating around, I mean, I guess you could sign if you want. And let me say this, I'm not lying when I say I don't really want to see her go to jail, right? I mean, again, I am going to lack empathy if she does get sent to jail. However, if Biden does offer Marilyn Mosby a pardon, I won't be surprised by that at all because, of course, first of all, Joe Biden would pardon a member of the Black bourgeoisie, right? Before he let out Sterling Matthews up there doing time up Cumberland for a murder he didn't commit that we talked about here on the show. But regardless, it wouldn't shock me if Biden were to extend Marilyn Mosby a pardon. After all, Donald Trump pardoned everybody from Lil Wayne to Kodiak Black to didn't he pardon Kwame Kilpatrick too? Trump was getting everybody pardoned. You get a pardon. You get a pardon. I won't be surprised if Marilyn Mosby does get a pardon, but at the same time, I won't won't be sad if she goes to jail. And it has everything to do with the amount of people that she herself sent to jail, and more specifically, the very malicious, petty, and dangerous way that she targeted the Davis family when Keith Davis was in the system behind some shit that he didn't do. And she didn't try to get Keith Davis's attempted murderers, the cops that almost killed Keith. She didn't give a fuck about that. So I say, kids, I want us to treat the black bourgeoisie the way that they treat the rest of us, with indifference and apathy, and a little bit of derision, throwing a little bit of ridicule, throwing a little bit of, well, I guess you should have tried harder. Oh my gosh. Was there another point I wanted to make to that? I don't know. Don't sign that goddamn petition, y'all. Don't sign that shit. Don't sign that shit. Let the chips fall where they may. Let the chips fall where they may. But be paying attention, because her sentencing is coming up here soon. So we will be back here with another update. But here's the thing, real quick. Let me just say this. It's amazing to me the ways in which seemingly smart people will quickly fold to pressures of externalities, right? There's no question that Marilyn and Nick Mosby try to buy these houses, flip these houses, get these Airbnbs off the ground because they wanted money, right? They at the time they do have 2 kids, but at the time those kids were small. These are not they were not college age kids, right? So why did y'all need all this money real quick? Why did y'all want to jeopardize everything in order to get these houses? And earn your leisure. Earn your leisure is a scourge upon our community. Okay, kids, please go check out Reverend Dr. Jared Ball's book, The Myth and Propaganda of Black Buying Power, 2nd edition. Okay, Jared, bringing this shit down. And it's wild. Like, please don't let earn your leisure get you into a point where you praying to earn your liberation. And that is all I have to say tonight about Marilyn Mosby. So guys, hold on. Let me come in here and say goodnight to all my Negro friends and non-Negro friends. Listen, guys. So we did have some technical issues on Tuesday. We are out to correct them. We're doing the vertical thing because YouTube is suggesting these vertical shorts, and it's getting more eyes on the channel, and that's cool. That's cool. But me and Will, we don't like this. me especially. It's very uncomfortable for me. I'm like, look how far away I am from the I'm so far. I'm so far away. And I'm just deep in here in the office. I'm out here in the world, and I'm like, wow. So anyway, it's getting us some results, but at the same time, it's making me dreadfully uncomfortable. So Will and I are going to work on this. Oh, what's this? Membership? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Maintenant, je ne sais pas. Qui est-ce? This is Musa? Who was that? Musa? Hold on. Musa S? What's up, Musa? Thank you so much for coming through.
Sorry, Kim. I just wanted to say thank you real quick.
To who?
To everybody that sent money in to support for my situation with
What's
the
your
kids.
situation? Oh, this thing for the kids. How'd that go?
I just wanted to thank. Yeah, I'm doing it. So yeah, it's happening. I just wanted to thank people that did it. Kayla, Latif, Alicia, and Courtney. Y'all appreciate it. Parker, you too. I just want to thank y'all.
Yes. Thank you, Will. Thank you for being an upstanding brother out here. for caring for the kids, trying to do something for the kids. You know what I'm saying? That's extremely dope of you. Very dope of you. Dope man. Not that kind of dope. not the NWA dope man kind of dope, but righteous.
Appreciate you, my G. Thank you for
Righteous.
letting me put that out there.
Of course, Will, anytime. That's an anytime thing. That's an anytime thing. So yeah. Y'all follow Will on Instagram. They fear the gifted all together. They fear the gifted. That is Will on Instagram. Thank you, Will. Appreciate you so much. Was it something else? Can I shout out to Molly? I think Molly's still up with us rocking in Berlin. Molly, if you want to put your footage, I know you said you put it on Twitter. If you want to put it on the channel, you can do that too. You can, y'all, Will and Molly, just by the way. Like, I trust y'all and I trust your politics. So truly, like, I don't care. If y'all ever, I don't give a fuck. Put it wherever you want. Put it all over every single platform we have. If you have an event, if you have footage, if you have a story, Will and Molly specifically, y'all can do that anytime. That's an anytime thing. I trust y'all. We squad out here. Ooh, ooh. What's the other thing I also had to tell y'all? Okay, so do this. Ooh, can I shout out to Status Quo and Jordan Cheriton? Jordan, I think, just released a trailer about the Flint water crisis. We're going to try to have him on the Remix Morning Show soon. Because I certainly appreciate Jordan. He's been covering this shit for a decade plus, right? I'm deeply appreciative that he has remained on the story. So there's that. So please go over to Status Quo News and check that out. Shout out to Black Power Media, of course. Please tune in tomorrow to Saturdays with Renee. Saturday. I like the other intro, Renee. Why did Jared change it? Saturday is a Saturday. Yay, 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 yay. Saturdays with Renee on Saturday. Sundays with the Ear Doctor on Sunday evenings. I feel like there's somebody else that I'm supposed to tell y'all something. KalechiOkafor.com. go subscribe to Kalechi new shit. My memory worth quarter. All right, I'm gone. That's it. Follow us places around the internet, kids. Thanks to everybody that stopped by tonight. Let me say goodnight real quick to the folks. Them Courtney, I love you. Latif, thank you so much. Who is this? Vesper X? Or is that Yipper99? Because you know, I'm nearsighted. So Vesper X and Yipper 99 be looking the same from a distance. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much, Yipper. We appreciate you, James. We appreciate you, Damien, Stone Alona. Please give our love to Lady Heloise. Thank you so much. Alicia, Courtney, thank you guys for the Cash App. Did somebody else run us the Cash App? I don't know, but let me collect the supports together, and I have to do them all at once because you know I have problems. So, oh, there's Vesper X. Hey, baby, you got your do rag on, Vesper X. Go hard. I love it. Get the waves right, baby. That's what's up. Chichi Macha, what's going on? What's a guan? Oh, it's Afra. What's up, Afra? There you go. Who is this person underneath Afra? I can't read. I'm gonna try that. Oh, it's Emmanuel. What's up, Emmanuel Briggs? Manny Fresh in the buildings. We appreciate that. So anyway, guys, that's gonna be the program for the evening. Do us a favor on some real shit. Thank you guys for supporting the channel in all the ways that you can. But on some real shit, we are doing a tiny bit of fundraising for some new equipment. So if you're able, break us off a tiny bit of that 2024 tax refund, if y'all don't mind. It don't have to be a tax refund. It could just be your regular paycheck. It could be a tiny bit of your child support. I mean, we'll take a little bit. But what I'm saying is, support the channel, please, because we do have some equipment that we need to get a hold of. So Cash App, $ BIDWKB, Venmo at BIDWKB, patreon.com/BIDWKB, and paypal.me/BIDWKB. I know someone ran us some bucks on PayPal. I'm sorry I didn't grab the name, but I will shout you out next time. Next time. But anything y'all can do to help support us, we certainly appreciate you supporting this channel and Black Power Media and Status Coup News and Kalechi Okafor and we love you guys so much. We will see y'all back here on Tuesday, kiddies. Please be safe out there in them streets. Everybody, please just head on the swivel, guys. We live in dangerous times. Yes, keep the cops off your back. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Y'all be easy. Thank you to Will and Molly, y'all. Deuces, deuces, deuces.